There's even a low-level cooker, so he'll be self-sufficient in the kitchen. What do you think?
Sounds wonderful. There is one big problem, though.
What's that?
The expense.
It won't cost half as much as you think. I own the land, and when you sell Mill Cottage, you'll have more than enough to cover the cost.
It won't, Frank.
Look, I know the housing market is still in decline at the moment, but you don't owe anything on the cottage. You'll get more than enough to build a bungalow.
Chris remortgaged the cottage.
For how much?
Well, he thought once the haulage business was up and running, he could pay it off.
For how much, Kathy?
£100,000.
100,000? And what the hell's he done with 100 grand?
It's no good getting on to Kathy.
I know, I'm sorry. Have you any idea how much is left?
Nothing.
Nothing? So that's where he got the money to try and buy up the company, is it?
The whole idea is simply ludicrous.
No, it isn't. We're serious and we're engaged.
No, you're not. You're just a couple of kids who don't know what you're doing.
Bernard, this is getting us nowhere.
We're engaged and that's that.
No, you're not engaged. For a start, you're only 16 years old.
I'm sorry you're taking it like this, Dr. McAllister. I thought this was going to be a happy occasion.
A happy occasion? Danny, I expected better from you. You didn't really think we were going to be pleased with this nonsense, did you?
Mum, tell him to stop talking about us like that.
Oh, let's just all keep calm and sensible about this, shall we?
Sense went out of the window when they made their stupid announcement.
Oh, we're not stupid.
Why don't you and Danny go out for a walk or something? We all need to settle our feelings.
I know you think we're both young and silly, but I really do love her, and I do want to marry her.
It's like a bad dream.
And I think you're handling it very badly.
Oh, well, thank you very much for your support. What am I supposed to do? Crack open a bottle of champagne?
Bernard, remember what it's like to be in love. To want to be with that person all the time. To want to know where they are when they're not with you. What they're doing, what they're thinking about.
I still am in love with you. And I'm not too old to know what they're thinking about.
Jessica is in a highly charged state at the moment. And if you're the one to wreck all her dreams, and it's all they are at the moment, she might never forgive you.
All right. I'll back off and give her a bit of space. And I promise not to kill him. Yet.
Hope this cheap wine offer drags a few people in.
Oh, so do I. What wine are we going to have tonight when Sarah and Jack come over?
How about this one then?
What is it?
£2.50.
You know what I mean. I mean, can't invite people over for a meal and not give them decent stuff.
Oh, look, you can just bluff your way through with wine. Anyway, Farmer Jack don't strike me as a wine buff.
Well, you never know with these country folk.
Sarah used to be a librarian. No, this'll be fine. What time are they coming over?
Well, I said about 8. I bet she's a good cook as well. We're living on a farm. I hope that piece of beef I got don't shrink to nothing when I put it in the oven.
Stop worrying.
Hi. How are the drinks going then?
Very well. We're concentrating on unpretentious but good value for money wines. You know, non-vintage, but with distinctive personalities, falling just short of impudence.
Well, from my experience of running the wine bar, I'd say just sell them Rip and Rouge. They won't know any better.
Really? Oh, I'll get a few bottles of that in.
Heard any more about the Woolpack skeleton?
Yeah, well, it's probably the manor house parlour maid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, usual upstairs, downstairs scandal. Young servant girl gets pregnant by the lord of the manor. I think the pub was his coach house then. Anyway, there was a terrible scandal because his wife was supposed to be related to Henry VIII. The young servant girl disappears until now.
So it's likely to delay the opening.
Vic, that sounds terrible.
I'm only asking.
Yeah, well, it could be good for both our businesses if they do have to stay closed. Anyway, here are the charity badges if you still don't mind selling them.
Yeah, no problem. So, Alan Turner's got a bit of a shock when he gets back from honeymoon then.
He certainly has.
Have you two listened to yourselves? It's not very charitable, is it?
Viv, there's charity and there's business. The secret is knowing the difference.
Absolutely.
£100,000. Do you think he just gambles it all away?
I don't know, Frank.
Surely not all of it.
It wouldn't surprise me. He's had gambling debts in the past. Lost his motorbike in a card game with Alan Turner a few years ago. Bail him out then for £4,000. Why does he do it?
It's no consolation, but when your dad's a millionaire, the pressure's on you to succeed.
Come on, Kim. I earned my money through hard work driving a truck. I bought it, then another and another until I had a fleet. Surely that's a good example to set anyone, isn't it? You can't blame me for his fiscal stupidity.
No one's blaming you, Frank. You've helped him all his life. But I know what Kim means. Even though you don't ask it of him, he feels he has to prove to you he can be a success in his own right.
Then why does he foul it up? And what about Zoe? She's my child too, isn't she? And she's totally different. Responsible and hard-working.
Because you've just ignored her and allowed her to get on with it.
Oh, come on.
Look, the point is, Chris is disabled and needs a suitable place to live. Are we still going to go ahead with these plans?
Of course we are. But he's not to deal with any money in the future. You're going to have to take charge of all of that, Kathy.
He's just lost the use of his legs. How can I treat him like that after what he's just been through?
I don't know, and that's the truth. I don't know what's going to become of him.
Look, I know it's a tragedy, but it isn't just Chris that's going to be confined if we're not careful.
What do you mean?
This may sound harsh, but you've got a life of your own as well. What are you going to do?
The best I can.
Well, I don't want to play the wicked witch here, but you've got to have a line of escape, or you'll end up cracking up.
No, Kim, he's my husband, and I have to look after him. Just like you had to do with Chris's mum.
Kim's right, you know. We've all been thinking what's best for Chris. What about you?
I'll cope.
You'll need something else. A job. How about you work in the stables at the Heritage Farm when it's up and running?
Terrific idea.
Sounds great, thanks.
Good. Well, that's sorted then.
So when do you think it'll be opening?
Early spring. But consider yourself employed as from now and help us with the planning of it all.
I will, Kim, thanks.
In the meantime, let's get that bungalow built and get you two as comfortable as we can.
Hi, do you mind if we put it?
First time I've not seen her on her birthday.
Oh, you'll get her back soon. Where exactly are we going to, Nick?
Well, with all the problems with accommodation, I thought I'd appeal to your goodwill. That's where Seth's living, Kathy.
Why didn't you just say?
Well, I thought it'd be best if you saw for yourself. Any chance of putting him up for a little while, Kathy? Just until he gets himself sorted out.
Don't worry about me, but perhaps you could look after Charlie for a little while until I get back on my feet.
No, I'm only taking you as a pair. What are you thinking about, living out here, Seth?
I didn't want to bother anybody.
Come on, get packed.
Oh, all right. I'm packed.
For one thing, where would Jessica and Danny live? Once they start thinking about practicalities, they'll realise that their engagement is just a token gesture.
I know. You're absolutely right. I overreacted. I should have stayed cool and calm, and without welcoming it, accepted it for what it is. A teenage fantasy.
Good. Peace is restored.
Nice walk. Yes, thank you. Very pleasant. It gave us time to think and, well, we've come to a decision.
Oh, what's that then?
We've decided that if Dad won't accept the fact that we're engaged, then we might as well go away now, together.
What? How dare you threaten us with something so childish? Now that just about shows how ridiculous this whole situation is.
Bernard, what have we just been talking about?
I'm going to get married.
You're underage.
Not in Scotland, I'm not. We're going to do it in Gretna Green.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Now just calm down, both of you. Jessica, if you're determined to get married...
I am. Danny's right for me.
All right. But just to be sure, you should wait a while and give it some time.
I've seen people do that and they've drifted apart.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen to us. So we're going away, Nut.
Jessica, go to your room.
Oh, don't be so melodramatic, Dad.
Don't you dare talk to me like that. I said go to your room!
No!
Danny, take her out for another walk.
You're a real saint, Kathy.
I don't know about that.
And I'm going to see everybody all right eventually, when my money comes through.
What money's that then, sir?
Well, somebody's got to pay me for losing my house. It wasn't my fault an aeroplane fell on it. Do you know, I heard Hutchinson's relatives are getting nearly $250,000 from their insurance company.
Oh, that's serious money, that is, sir.
So you'll be spending it before you've collected mine?
Yeah, no fear.
Come on.
Hey, Nick. What do you think?
Oh, Seth, that's lovely, that is. Come on.
A memorial plaque for the victims. Who do you think you're kidding? Pillar of the community, eh? Nah, not you. I'm gonna turn you over, Pollard. Let everybody know what you like.
Well, do it then, Michael. Show them up with what you know. But you can't, can you? Because you know nothing and you can do nothing except make threats. Loud, empty threats.
I'm gonna prove you killed your mother to get her insurance money.
Listen, why would I kill someone to collect their insurance money to pay the lot out in a plaque in memory of them? What sort of businessman do you think I am?
Ooh, a crooked one. I'm gonna find out exactly what you've been up to and then you'll get yours.
You're a loser, Michael. You're a twisted, tormented loser. You like to hit me, but you haven't got the guts.
Oh, if I did it, I'd kill you.
You're a mindless fool and you never amount to anything. You're jealous of the likes of me because I've made something of myself.
Jealous? Get back under your stone, Pollard.
Still, it's not your fault that you have the mentality of a half-wit. You're like your mother. Woman killed in an air crash. You prove otherwise.
What are you doing, Michael? I'll kill him. Oh, don't be stupid. You're gonna get yourself locked up. Michael!
Eric! Eric, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine.
What were all that about?
Poor lad's still in deep shock over his mother's death. Blames me for it. So I've grieved enough over her loss.
Got a terrible temper, that lad. What are you going to do?
What can I do, Seth? Help him. For his mother's sake, try and get him some professional help. I just feel so desperately sorry for the lad.
Violence will get you nowhere except into trouble, and that's a simple fact.
He drove me to it, Seth. It's like he wanted me to hit him.
Well, I can't see that, even if he did. You shouldn't have. You're lucky he took it as well as he did.
That's right, Michael. What's the point in getting yourself into bother?
He killed me mother.
Michael, we all lost somebody in the air crash. It's devastated a lot of people's lives. You've got to be realistic.
She was killed by falling debris. Now you've got to accept that and get on with your life. There goes a mixed-up lad with a net full of demons. I feel sorry for him, but I'll have to sort his son out.
But why can't he just be happy for us?
Because he's your father, who loves and cares for you. You're still his little girl. He's not ready yet for you to take on some other person as the most important man in your life. Think about it. He only wants what's best for you, Jess. Good exam results and a place at university.
I can still do all that and be engaged.
Perhaps it might make it harder than it need be, though.
But it won't. It'll stop me wondering whether Danny's with anybody else, and well, it'll give me more security to study with.
You have great faith in what having a ring on your finger can do.
I know him.
And how many women have said that over the centuries?
Give him a chance, Mum.
All right, but let's just take it slowly, OK?
And will you talk Dad round?
No. No, he's got to be won round by how you two behave.
Are you ready to go now?
Yeah. Back to uni.
I hate thinking about you in those cold halls of residence.
I'll be all right. And I'll see you soon.
Do you want something to eat before you go?
No, thank you. I'd best get off. I'm really sorry about all the bother, Mrs. McAllister.
I'm sure everything will turn out all right in the end, Danny.
You see, Mum's on our side.
Bye, then.
Bye, Danny. Safe journey.
And when my insurance comes through, let's not forget your kindness.
You can always buy me a drink at the New Wall Pack, Seth.
I think I can do better than that. I was just thinking a decent holiday for all of us.
That's very kind of you, Seth, but I think I'll have my hands full looking after Chris.
Now, well, we'll sort something out for you. And you and your Alice and me, I'm just thinking about a trip round the world.
Seth, how much are you expecting to get?
Well, I should get at least 100,000. That'll take us round the world. And I'm going to put a memorial up on Hillside for Archie. He'd have gone with us if he'd have survived.
You'll have to buy a new house.
Oh, at my time of life, all I need is a few years' rent, my beer money, and to see a smile on the face of them I care for.
That's nice, Seth. Look, come on, I've got to get back and wait for Alice.
Come on.
Not in the street, Jess, please.
Danny's leaving now, Dad.
Well, have a safe trip. I'm certain we'll see you again.
Yeah. See you soon, Dr. McAllister.
Bye.
Everything's going to be all right. I just know it is.
Have you missed me? How are you? Fine.
Yeah, but she's very happy where she is, aren't you, love?
Look, I don't want to start us rowing, right?
Neither do I. Mummy. How are you, Nick? Yes, darling.
All right. How are you?
I don't think I've ever been so happy. Having her with me the last few weeks has made me realise just what I've been missing. Hello, Elsa. Kathy. Hello, sweetheart. Shall we go into the kitchen and see what we can find, shall we? What should we find this? I hope she's not going to spoil her.
She knows better than to do that. Anyway, Kathy's not seen her for ages.
Well, it's just we can't stay too long. I've told Michael I'll help him sort Mum's things out. It's not something I'm looking forward to.
Elsa, you've only just got here. We've got a lot to talk about.
I don't think so. Our solicitors have, but we haven't.
We've got to discuss what's best for Alice.
Well, all right.
Anyway, things are looking a bit better for me. I've got a bit of extra work on and I'll soon be back in a place of my own, so that means I'll be able to take Alice back.
No, it's not as simple as that.
Look, nearly 3 years ago when you went off to Leeds, you said yourself that Alice was best left with me. The situation is still the same, Elsa.
But I'm not. I've changed, matured. And I think a baby girl needs a mum. I feel I can cope now, and I couldn't then.
Elsa, you have not changed.
I have. 2 years ago, I saw a lot of friends heading off to university, and all I could see for myself was a pile of washing and ironing and looking after you. We were too young. We both agreed on that. But now I feel I can cope with Alice, and I'm going to, for her sake.
How's the wine, Jack? Hope it's not too astringent.
Oh, it tastes all right to me. I know what you mean, though. There could be just a hint of residual tannin. But it has a soft, full-bodied quality. And I'm quite amused by its presumption.
Good.
So, you know about wine, do you, Jack?
About as much as I do about Scandinavian mythology.
Yeah, we should all stick to what we know, eh? Meet at the shop and scrap, and you to cows and sheep.
You know, it's said in Scandinavian mythology that Heimdall, a god, had hearing so keen he could hear wool growing on sheep. How's the scrap business going?
Oh, too well. He's enjoying himself.
It's great, Jack. Just worried that I'll desert the shop for it, but I won't.
Found anything interesting down there?
Not yet, but I'll tell you what. I'm thinking of investing in a metal detector. Well, you never know. Some bloke found a mass of Roman coins in a field the other day.
Thanks a lot, Sarah. I'll never see him if he does get one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, well, you never know. You might strike it lucky with a metal detector in a scrap yard. Reckon even one of my sheep could do that.
I came across a pianola in A1 nick the other day.
Oh, I haven't seen one of those things for years.
Only problem is that there weren't no, music rolls to go with it. But you never know, they might just turn up. Yeah. Right, are we ready for the main course?
Oh, that was delicious.
He did it.
Oh, congratulations.
My pleasure.
Hey, this could have ramifications for me.
You'll have to be doing the cooking soon for yourself and Robert when I'm in hospital sorting the other one out.
Oh, it's exciting, isn't it?
Oh, I'll just be glad when it's over.
Are you going to be there, Jack?
Well, I don't know. When you've pulled a calf out the back end of a cow, you've seen it all.
Thanks very much. And don't think I'm having our child in a barn.
Oh, I'll have enough to do. Were you there for when all yours were gone, Vic?
No, not all of them. Right, time for the main event, eh?
Better give him a hand, eh?
Right.
Did you sort out a doctor for yourself?
No, I didn't know.
Look, I meant what I said the other day. If you feel you need to chat, I'm available and discreet.
Thanks. I'll remember that.
Oh, I hope this isn't somebody that you knew personally.
Vic! You don't have to stay here if you don't want to, you know. I can manage. Michael, what is it?
It's Pollard. Nobody believes me, but I know he's hiding something about my mum's death. Tried to frame me when he'd been fiddling a checkbook. He killed her, I know he did. It's just... nobody seems to be taking any notice of me.
I believe that you believe it, Michael. We need evidence to convince other people, though.
Oh, I can find evidence. I just didn't know if it was me going round the bend with it all.
I'll help you, but be very careful. The last thing in the world I want is for you to get into trouble again over someone like Pollard.
We'll nail him, Elsa. We can do it.